What lurks beyond the present, well into the future, and in some cases, beyond the stars? Welcome back, Nerd Squad. Today we are going to explore such ideas as we turn to the top 10 cosmic comics you need to read. For our purposes today, the term cosmic will also be broadened a bit to include futuristic worlds including Earth, be they dystopian, apocalyptic, or optimistic, as we explore the wide world of science fiction comics. Before we jump in, a quick word from this video's sponsor. I'm here to talk to you about the awesome Mad Cave Studios comic, Becstar. Becstar is a star-hopping mercenary aided in her space adventures by her magical lucky dagger when a mysterious girl appears with grim news and an urgent quest where the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. Becstar has no choice but to join, and regret it immediately. Check out the link in the video description below to win your own full copy of the Becstar collection. Thank you, Mad Cave Studios. Now, let's blast off into this list. Number 10, Arcadia. For fans of the digitally cosmic stories like The Matrix, this one's for you. Arcadia comes to us from Boom Studios and features a story that unfolds to explore a futuristic world where 4 billion people are reportedly saved on the brink of death after the world has suffered a brutal pandemic by being digitized. Those living within the utopian simulation, however, seem to be drawing too much energy and now appear to be threatening the resources needed for those still physically alive on the planet and attempting to survive, known collectively as the meat. With only so many resources to go around, it means that the meat will likely be forced to face a decision: help those living in digital paradise or save themselves. Arcadia is written by Alex Pecknadel with art by Scott Pfeiffer. These names are gonna be I'm gonna apologize in advance for me getting any of these wrong. Number 9, Asgardians of the Galaxy. Do you love Norse mythology but also crave space adventures? Well then, the world of Thor in general is pretty good for you, considering that Asgardians are kind of like space aliens, but we also have a series that you might really enjoy pursuing, even more than usual. Asgardians of the Galaxy. This series comes from Marvel and follows a misfit crew of Asgardians as they go on space adventures, something we'll likely see paid tribute to in the future in the MCU, although probably not with the same cast of people. Initially, the team was banded together by Thor's half-sister, Angela, who is also just a character that I, in general, love. This story also coincides with the Marvel event War of the Realms, but I think it actually starts in Infinity Wars. The team and series were created by Cullen Bunn and Matteo Lolli. Number 8, Strange Science Fantasy. This stylized miniseries is written and illustrated by cartoonist Scott Morse and comes to us from IDW. Each issue features its own standalone individual story, and although the series is from 2010, it gives you a more classic sci-fi comic book feel, something reminiscent of EC Comics' classic science fiction comics. If you want heavily stylized, bizarre, and dramatic sci-fi tales, this is a series you will want to check out. And it's only 1 volume long, so unlike some other cosmic tales, the series definitely does not overstay its welcome. Number 7, Descender. Descender asks some pretty big philosophical questions amidst a playful and sometimes whimsical narrative following a child robot who is looking for his family. The story takes us to amazing and strange locales and allows us to explore what it means to create sentient life, not just as individuals, but in the greater understanding of what we consider to be morally right and fair. Descender is written by Jeff Lemire with art by Dustin Guyon and comes to us from Image Comics. Number 6, Doctor Who. There have been quite a few really good Doctor Who comic book series, but for my Doctor Who recommendation this time around, I'm going to talk about the newest series. This Doctor Who comic series comes to us from Titan Comics and began its run in 2020. Although we are only 4 issues in at this moment in time when I am recording these words in this video, this is a series that comes with a lot of promise. in my own personal opinion. The art is stunning, and the stories allow us to explore, at this time at least, what feels like show impossibilities, featuring a story involving both David Tennant's 10th Doctor and Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor. Though, depending on who and how you are counting, she could be considered the 14th or even the 15th by some people out there. I just love the blend of these two timelines together to give us some wibbly-wobbly, dangerously paradoxical fun. Doctor Who is written by Jodie Houser, with art by Roberta Ingranata and colors by Enrica Angiolini. Number 5. Why the Last Man? Set in a post-apocalyptic world, this series is more of a grounded science fiction cosmic than space adventure or exploration cosmic. But since we are using cosmic to also represent kind of the sci-fi genre at large, I'm going to count it. Also, it's so acclaimed, how could I not count it? Why the Last Man follows two lone male survivors, a man named Yorick Brown and his pet monkey, Ampersand, in a future where all other Y chromosome mammals appear to have been wiped out. Also, is Ampersand not the coolest name for a pet, or just in general? I love Ampersand, and I love ampersands. Why the Last Man comes to us from DC's Vertigo line and was created by Brian K. Vaughan and Pia Guerra. Number 4. Star Wars Dr. Aphra. There are so many amazing Star Wars series to highlight out there, but for this list, I decided to stick with something still relatively new and fresh that is still ongoing, but definitely deserves to be picked up, as every issue is just as good, if not better, than the last. That is Star Wars Dr. Aphra. For those who haven't met this character, she is super fun, and if you love classic space adventures and treasure hunting, then trust me, this is a series and character you are going to enjoy reading. Dr. Aphra also has a 40-issue series that came before the current one as well, so if you find yourself addicted to this new series and impatiently awaiting the next issue, I would highly recommend going back and checking that out. And that's the 2016 series, so you can check that out while you wait. Star Wars Dr. Aphra is written by Alyssa Wong, with art by Marika Cresta, and like all the Star Wars series, these days it comes to us from Marvel Comics. Just these days, by the way. I know not every Star Wars comic is made by Marvel. Number 3, Paper Girls. Based on the name, you might not think of Paper Girls as being a cosmic or sci-fi comic, but trust me, it is. While the story follows a group of young girls growing up in the 80s who deliver newspapers in a small community in Cleveland, Ohio, their world is turned upside down when they are faced with a threat from the future. Paper Girls is a series from Image Comics and features electric color work from Matt Wilson, one of the best colorists in the biz right now, and was created by Cliff Chiang and Brian K. Vaughan. What can I say? Brian K. Vaughan makes a lot of cool stuff. If you like shows like Stranger Things, you'll enjoy the out-of-this-world sci-fi mystery experience that is Paper Girls, which also saw its first issue released a good half a year before Netflix's Stranger Things aired. Talk about trend setting. Number 2, Venus. This series comes at us from Boom Studios and is a mini-series, keeping things short and sweet, but also extremely action-packed and intense. It follows two different groups from the Earth in the future as they race to colonize Venus. If you like realistic characterizations and space exploration stories where just about everything that could go wrong does go wrong, then this is for you. Venus is written by Rick Lovard, with art by Huang Danlan, and with colors by Marcio Menez. It's grim, harsh, and full of tense and suspenseful moments. Also, this art is so good as well. So good. Number 1, Saga. I mean, y'all knew it was gonna be Saga, didn't ya? Widely regarded as one of the best sci-fi stories out there, especially in terms of graphic novels, we got Saga. Saga follows the story of a couple who are each from two opposing sides of warring alien races. It begins with them bringing their daughter Hazel into the world, and in the aftermath follows them as they are forced to go on the run, as we learn there are many who seek to take the child away and use her for their own means. It features a race of aliens who have TVs for heads and is known for its complex characters who, despite being fantastical, seem real due to the fact that they are often neither fully good or bad, but something kinda in between. Like, you know, how people are. Just people with their own motives doing what they think needs to be done. I mean, that's what life is really like, isn't it? For the most part. Saga is created by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Sorry for all the Brian K. Vaughan on this list, but I just couldn't help it. What are some of your favorite cosmic comics? What areas of science fiction do you find the most exciting to explore? What are some of your favorite science fiction worlds that you would love to see be made into comics, or leap off the page of comics and be made into a live action series or a film? Let us know in the comments below. Another big thank you as well to this video's sponsor, Mad Cave Studios. You can enter their their giveaway contest through the link in our video description to win your own copy of the Becstar collection. Do it! We know you want to! This comic looks so cool! This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you, as always, to stay nerdy, YouTube. Bye! I don't know if people noticed too, but like this dress has stars on it. 'Cause space!